Hey, it's Monk and Kelly with New Country Fresh Off Music Row. Look who we have here.
American Young is joining us. Woo! All right, guys. So where is home base usually for you guys?
Well, here in Nashville, Tennessee. We are from the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest. He's from Eugene, Oregon. I'm from Sandpoint, Idaho. So we're kind of, we're cowboy hippies up there.
I like that term, cowboy hippies. All right. So what's the hippiest thing you've done?
Really?
Oh, well, okay. All right, let me rephrase that. What's the hippiest thing you've legally done? And moonshine doesn't count.
I will have to say I was in Portland. My parents live there, and they were having it was the sit-in. The sit-in. Remember what was that called? It was the Occupy.
Thank you. Occupy.
And I smelled a waft of patchouli from blocks away, and I thought, this is going to be a really good people awareness practice. And I was walking through just dreadlocks and patchouli and drum circles, and it was such a fascinating experience because I'm so used to redneck hillbilly crowds with, and that's kind of what I've been living in the last 10 years. So it was a different perspective. Good times.
So what does that add to your music?
What does that experience? That one. Well, I think that, we definitely come from a part of the world where there's a universal, I think we kind of pride ourselves on a universal awareness of what music does, hopefully for people and souls. We speak to what we would hope is the spiritual part of a human being,
instead of just focusing on the surface.
Yeah, I mean, we hope to just. I like smart music and things that inspire me and make me think and make me feel. So that's hopefully what we try and do.
Meanwhile, over here, he said that his hippie moment was he hasn't bathed. He's right. And neither have I. So we're kindred spirits. So there's a universal thing going on over
I like that.
here.
That's funny.
So you guys are writing together a lot, right?
Yeah, we write together a lot. She writes with people that she's been writing with for a long time. I write with people that I've been writing with for a long time, and it's just wonderful. There's a lot of outlets in this project, which is wonderful.
John has been really busy. He co-produces Lee Bryce's project with him, so he's been in the studio working on that hard.
Yeah. Good.
So how did you guys get together to make music together?
He doesn't run very fast, and I caught him. John had written a song called "A Woman Like You" for Lee, and he co-produced that record, and it was their #1 party, and I kind of just skirmed to co-write, and he can't get rid of me. So
Now, "A Woman Like You" is a very special song, and so there has to be a special story behind "A Woman Like You."
Well, it's just true. The whole story is really true. And actually, the woman I was dating for 3 years is actually the lead in the video. And she literally every day it would be something. Am I the prettiest girl you've ever seen? Yes. All day, like, what would you do if you never met me? So that's where all that came from. So then I was like, I remember being in the shower, and she would ask me this question. I'd be like, honestly, I would sleep in a lot longer. I'd be a lot less stressed out. And she got a little bummed, and then I'd be like, oh, honey, but of course I'd be looking for or whatever, And then it was like a Dewey Cox moment. I was like, walk hard. Guilty as charged. It was awesome. It was very organic. Me and Johnny Bulford and Phil Barton wrote that. We spent 10 hours on that song, and they kind of, bless their souls, they kind of bared with me on that one because I was.
I had one of my Bob Regan, who's a writer that I just aspire to emulate. He's just amazing craftsman, and he was talking about "A Woman Like You," and he said, man, that song was written within 3 inches of his life. There was absolutely not one single misstep about that song. As a written song, it's that one that every writer wishes they did because it's so honest.
So which song really connected that way with you?
As far as on our project,
like every note hit exactly where you are.
I mean, there's quite a few. I think it depends on where,
It's got to be God Sent a Train.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have a song on our project that is, it's about my mother, and it was, John pretty much came into my life, I think, to challenge me to dig a little deeper. And I was looking at music from, what it is, I think, is a visual art, and it's fun. I want everybody to have a good time, which is an aspect of that. But I think it's also a good opportunity to express, possibly some experiences that may be kind of terrifying to reminisce and look at. So I had my mother had been hit by a train, and so I wrote a song about it, and it's a really interesting project. She survived.
Yeah.
So it happened when I was 18, and there was a whole setup to I'll play you the song, and it kind of it tells the story.
It's pretty awesome.
But
It's pretty awesome.
yeah, when I wrote it, it was like a diary entry, and then of course John's like, "Hey, sing that every day for the rest of your life."
Yeah, because I want to relive that.
It's great. It's a great song.
Well, that's great that you have that, that combination where you challenge each other. You obviously challenge each other, and there's a lot of respect, with that. A lot of hours of work that go into that. Have you ever thought of leaving your husband? No, I'm just kidding.
Stop! He's in the room.
Messing with you.
We're kind of like backwards Utah. I have two husbands. I kind of think it's just a little, I have a music husband.
Yeah, I always wondered about that.
Ladies. It's a really interesting partnership because one of the amazing things that I've really learned from this is, and in any working relationship, or relationship in general, is if I am very responsible for myself and my own actions and be the best self that I can be, and he does the same for him. And I think really we approach this as just trying to be mirrors for each other. And so, because the genius is already there, the songs are all in there. It's just literally just that moment that is reflected to bring it out.
It's and it almost sounds like you're in the true sense an artist, where you have a canvas and you're painting the emotions of everyday life and everyday challenges and everyday relationships, and to have it inside of you and then come out and have other people visualize it, because that's what you said, you're very visual, but have people visualize it like that, and then they can take it to their own heart and interpret it so it's a meaningful message to them.
Absolutely. Music hopefully is just something, what I believe that the both of us desire to create is something that can really inspire your own personal growth, your own personal insight, and be a mirror for your own soul, and you put yourself in that song and you relate to it, and you have that like aha moment where you're like, oh, me too,
Yeah, exactly.
American Young. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.